Success is strange. It hides. It stays quiet. It doesn't come running the moment you start chasing it. At first, it almost feels like it's mocking you. You put in hours of effort. You give your best every day, and nothing happens. No applause. No reward. No results. But that's how success works. It demands effort long before it shows. Most people can't handle that silence. They want quick wins. They want visible progress. They want proof that their work matters. And when they don't see it, they stop. They don't realize they're quitting right before the breakthrough. Because growth is invisible in the beginning. Progress hides while it builds. The roots grow underground long before the tree ever appears. And while everyone else gives up because they can't see what's coming, the disciplined ones keep going. They understand something most people don't. The work you do in the dark is what creates the light later. That's why success demands patience. That's why it tests you. It wants to see if you're strong enough to work without validation, to fight without applause, to show up without reward. Most won't survive that test. They only move when the world is watching. They only work when it feels good. They only stay consistent as long as the results are visible. But champions move anyway. They plant seeds and trust they will grow. They lay bricks and trust they will form a wall. They keep walking through the silence because they know silence means progress is coming. This is what makes them unstoppable. Because once you accept that success will not appear quickly, you stop needing instant proof. You stop demanding instant rewards. You stop chasing motivation. You build. Quietly. Relentlessly. Without needing to see results right now. And that's what the world will never understand. Your biggest wins won't look like wins in the beginning. They will look like long days, boring routines, and invisible effort. But every unseen day is bringing you closer. Every hidden hour is stacking up behind the scenes. And when success finally arrives, it will look sudden, but you'll know the truth. It wasn't sudden. It was built slowly, by effort no one saw, and consistency no one applauded. Because success always shows up late. But only for the ones who stayed. The hardest part of chasing success is not the pain, it's the silence. It's showing up day after day with nothing to show for it yet. It's pouring everything you have into something that still looks invisible. This is where most people break. They think silence means failure. They think slow progress means no progress. They think if the world can't see results, it must mean they're wasting their time. But that silence isn't failure. It's the foundation. Every drop of effort is settling deep beneath the surface where no one can see it yet. And that's what makes this part so powerful. The effort you give now when no one notices is becoming the structure that will carry everything you build later. Success is never built from what the world sees. It's built from what you build when no one is watching. This is where discipline becomes your greatest weapon. Because discipline doesn't need applause. It doesn't need momentum. It doesn't even need motivation. Discipline just needs direction, and silence gives you that. In silence, there are no distractions, no comparisons, no noise from the outside world. Just you, your vision, and the work. And if you can learn to love that silence, you will become unstoppable. Because most people run from it. They need stimulation. They need recognition. They need someone clapping for them to keep going. You won't. You'll build in the dark so you can rise in the light. This is how legends are made. They disappear for months or years while everyone forgets them. And then they return completely transformed. It always looks sudden, but it never is. It's the silent effort they gave when the world wasn't watching that made the difference. That's what you're doing now. Every day you push through the silence. You are building something solid. A mindset no storm can break. A work ethic no setback can shake. A foundation strong enough to carry your dreams. And when success finally shows up, it won't be able to move you. Because you didn't build for attention. You built for endurance. You'll be ready for the spotlight because you didn't chase it. You created something powerful long before it appeared. This is the secret no one talks about. By the time the world sees you winning, you've already won inside, and that's why you'll keep winning. Because your success won't be built on luck, or noise, or attention. It will be built on discipline poured silently, consistently, day after day into a dream no one believed in but you. There will be days when the silence feels heavier than the work. Days when you give your all, and see nothing in return. Days when your effort feels wasted, your progress feels invisible, and your belief feels fragile. These are the most dangerous days, the days most people quit, because they mistake invisible progress for no progress. They don't realize that the most important growth is the growth you can't see yet. It's like planting a seed. Nothing happens at first. No movement, no color, no proof. But underground, roots are forming. Strength is building. The structure is growing silently, preparing to break through the surface. That's what success is like. It stays hidden while it tests you. It wants to know if you can keep moving when it looks like nothing is happening. Most can't. They get trapped in doubt. They start asking, what's the point? They look around for proof instead of looking within for belief. But belief is what carries you when proof doesn't exist yet. This is where resilience is born, in the gap between effort and evidence. You have to hold the vision long before the world can see it. You have to believe long before anyone claps for you. You have to push long before progress shows its face. Because the moment you stop, you break the chain. And the momentum you were building silently dies in your hands. That's what most people never understand. The effort you give today might not pay you today, but it is still stacking quietly beneath the surface. Every hour you give is another brick. Every sacrifice you make is another root. Every silent day you endure is another layer of strength you'll need later when things get loud. This is why discipline matters more than motivation. Because motivation is emotional, but discipline is logical. It shows up even when progress doesn't. It keeps building even when you feel stuck. And that's how you survive this stage, by trusting effort over outcome. By measuring your days by actions, not applause. Because results are delayed. But they are never denied to the one who refuses to stop showing up. And when they finally come, they'll come fast. Suddenly. Violently. Like a wave breaking through the surface after years of pressure underneath. People will call it overnight success. They'll say you got lucky. They'll have no idea how many silent days you endured before anything showed. But you'll know. You'll know it wasn't sudden. It was built in the quiet, in the darkness, in the discipline that no one saw and everyone doubted. At first, you won't notice it happening. The days still feel slow. The results still feel small. The work still feels endless. But somewhere in the middle of the silence, something begins to change. You start standing taller. You start speaking with certainty. You start waking up not because you have to, but because you're becoming someone who just does. This is what long, unseen effort creates. It doesn't just build results. It rebuilds you. It sharpens your mind. It strengthens your habits. It rewires your entire identity from someone who tries into someone who does. The old version of you that hesitated, that waited to feel ready, that only worked when motivated, that version quietly fades away. And in its place stands someone unrecognizable to your past self. Calm, focused, disciplined, unstoppable. This is why effort must come before results. Because you can't carry success until you become strong enough to hold it. And strength is built in the invisible stages when nothing is rewarding you and no one is clapping. Most people want success to change their lives. But real success changes them first. It forces you to shed your excuses. It forces you to outgrow your fears. It forces you to rise above your comfort zone and stay there long enough to adapt. And once you adapt, you never go back. Because you know now what you're capable of. You've seen yourself move with no motivation, with no praise, with no visible reward. You've seen yourself survive boredom, resist distractions, and show up again and again until showing up became your nature. That's when effort becomes identity. And identity is everything. Because when effort is who you are, success is no longer optional. It's inevitable. You stop asking if it will happen. You start asking when. And when it does, the world won't understand. They'll think it came suddenly. They'll think it came easily. They'll think you just got lucky. But you'll know the truth. You became the kind of person success could no longer ignore. And this is what no one sees coming. The transformation that happens long before the results appear. You don't just earn success. You evolve into someone who can't live without it. And then one day it happens. The results appear. The world notices. The same people who once doubted you now call you inspiring. They see the success. They see the confidence. They see the power in your presence and the results in your hands. And they'll think it was sudden. They'll think it was fast. They'll think it was easy. They will never see the years you gave to the silence. The nights you worked with no applause. The mornings you rose while the world slept. The moments you pushed forward with no guarantee anything would come from it. They will never understand that success is not built in the spotlight. It's earned in the shadows. That's the secret. Success always shows up late. And only for the ones who never stopped showing up first. Because this is the truth. You don't get to see results until after you've proven you can survive without them. And you proved it. Day after day. Step after step. Long before anything showed, you stayed. You stayed when it was quiet. You stayed when it was slow. You stayed when it felt hopeless. And because you stayed, everything changed. That's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. Not talent. Not luck. Endurance. And that endurance was built entirely from discipline. The kind of discipline that works without applause. The kind that builds while everyone else waits to be motivated. The kind that moves silently, consistently, relentlessly until success has no choice but to appear. So when the world finally sees your victory and calls it overnight, you'll smile. Because you'll know it wasn't. It was years of invisible effort finally becoming impossible to ignore. And now, it's your turn to keep going. Because this is only the beginning now that you know the truth, that success demands effort long before it shows. You have no reason to stop. You just keep building. Keep showing up. Keep pouring effort into the silence until the silence breaks and the world can no longer look away. Because success will always arrive, but only for the ones who kept walking when it was hidden. And that person is you.